What's up everyone, my name is Alex Costa and I know that us guys, we tend to push things aside, we never really talk about them. If we're scared about something, we try our best to look like we're not. And we just end up not facing whatever it is that we're scared of. Well, over the past few years, I learned that that's not the right approach. Right? We need to face our fears head on so that we can grow as men. So today we're going over 5 things that almost every single guy watching right now is scared to do. And then we're gonna learn how to face that fear and fix those issues. And if you guys are looking for style, men's hairstyle, or travel inspiration, then check out my Instagram at Alex Costa. I post there almost every day and we're getting closer and closer to 1 million followers, which is crazy. So I'm gonna leave my IG in the description below. All right, the number 1 thing on today's list is being too scared to ask for advice. Think about it. Girls, they call their best friends all the time. They ask them for their opinions, on things like what to wear or like even what to text back when a guy is texting her, right? But us guys, we're not like that. It's just not something that we do very easily. We have a hard time opening up to anyone besides maybe our families. Most of us just aren't used to it. But asking for advice can make your life so much easier, all right? We all need to have someone to open up to spitball and talk back and forth with, someone that you trust fully. Asking for advice is a humble way of showing people that you're an open-minded person, that you want to learn, and that you don't think that you know it all. And when you open that door with someone, they're gonna feel a lot more comfortable opening up with you as well. Your friendship is gonna take another level, it's gonna become even stronger. It's hard at first, but trust me, it's 100% worth it. Next on our list today of things that men hate to do or talk about, we're sometimes too afraid to apologize for our mistakes. And this is a terrible habit that makes us look really bad. All of us men, all right? We need to get better at saying sorry. It shouldn't be as hard as it is. Somewhere along our lives as dudes, we go through this phase where we think apologizing is admitting to being wrong, and that's weak, and maybe it's not a manly thing to do, but that's not true. It takes a real man to swallow that pride, and sometimes we have to apologize, and that's fine. It can be a nice wake-up call for us guys, especially when you know you did something wrong. You said something hurtful, you messed up, which is, by the way, something that everyone does. Everyone messes up once in a while. Just apologize, try to figure it out respectfully, and move on. That's the manliest thing that you can do. One of the biggest differences between a boy and a man is owning up to your mistakes. Man up, say, I'm sorry, I messed up. I learned from that mistake, and move on. Now, way too many guys are afraid to be alone in a room with a girl. I get it. It's intimidating, especially for the first time. You don't really know what to do because you've never done it before, so you get in your head, or maybe you've done it before, but this is like the girl of your dreams, so you're thinking about it, you're overthinking, and you freeze up. Well, my tip to you is take some deep breaths, all right? Go to the bathroom, wash your face, take a second to cool off, and don't overthink it. Be you, be confident. The more you overthink it, the worse it's gonna get, trust me. And guys, there's no shame if you get nervous and if your tool just doesn't perform the way that it was supposed to, but our sponsor, Roman, is here to help. Roman sponsored today's video to tell you guys that it's okay. Look, I didn't even know this, but over 50% of men in America will experience some type of erectile dysfunction at some point in their lives. That is a very high number. It happens to a lot of men. And 75% of those guys, they don't seek treatment, which is not a good thing. Guys get scared or embarrassed to go see a doctor's office or to call someone about this. And that is why Roman made it easy to chat with a doctor online. With Roman, you can get medical care for ED from your home without having to wait in a doctor's office. You can do it privately and, most importantly, discreetly from your computer. And it's super easy to get started. Just go to getroman.com/Alex and complete an online visit. If the doctor decides that treatment is appropriate, then they can prescribe you real medication that can be delivered in a very discreet, private packaging with free 2-day shipping. It's the best thing that you can do. No physical doctor visit, no waiting rooms or embarrassing questions from nurses. This is a lot easier and it's private. Guys, it doesn't get any easier than that, so talk to the doctor online. ED can be tricky and embarrassing, but it's important that you get checked out so you can be 100% confident when the time comes. I'm gonna leave a link to Roman in the description below so you can never have to think about this again, leave it behind so that you can be sure that you're ready for anything, anytime. Number 4 is a huge fear of ours, something that us men, that we rarely talk about because we decided for whatever reason that it's not manly to feel this way. But it's actually one of the most common things ever. feeling the fear of being rejected. I talk about this a lot on my channel because I used to be this guy, all right? I used to be so scared of getting the famous 2-letter word, no. That word, no, can be really scary. And I know there are a lot of you watching right now that need help getting through the fear of rejection. And yes, of course, girls have this fear too. You know, everyone does, but let's face it, us guys, we're usually the ones getting rejected because we're the ones who have to go up to them. We have to make our moves, you know, so we're the ones who have to go up to a random girl at the bar or a party or a grocery store to start a conversation. And we get nervous, you know, about getting that big fat no. What we have to learn is that it's okay if she says no. Everyone gets rejected. You know how many times I've been rejected? I can't even count that high. You know, celebrities get rejected every single day, so it is common. But we have to try because that one yes will be worth it. Think about it this way. This is how I think about it. Would you rather get 9 no's and 1 yes, or would you prefer to not talk to anyone at all, not try anything, not get rejected, but not get the yes that you wanted? You have to break that routine because once you lose fear, you're gonna feel confident. You know, go talk to her. The worst thing that can happen is she might say no. And if she does, it wasn't meant to be. On to the next, you move on. Next on the list, most men are afraid to change careers. It is a big decision, right? I don't blame you because changing careers is a scary feeling, especially when people are against you. That's the worst. Now, a lot of you already know this, but I used to work at Google, which was a great company to work for, but I decided to quit 2 years ago, right? My whole family was against it, people that I really loved. Everyone said it wasn't smart for me to leave that job. I was only there for 3 years. They said I should stay longer. And boy, am I glad that I didn't listen because look, maybe I wouldn't even be here right now if I didn't quit my job. You know, everything changed. It's crazy to think about that. It's okay to be scared about leaving your job or going on a job interview, but you should definitely talk to people about what's going on. Get as many people involved as possible. Talk to your best friends, your family, ask them for advice, and then you can decide whether or not you want to do this. And maybe their advice is going to be wrong, but it's always good to get a second opinion. Ask for help, ask for their suggestions, and then you can make up your own mind. And if you guys made it this far, I'm going to give you guys a bonus tip for sticking around this long. Don't be afraid to experiment with your style. A lot of guys don't really talk about style, fashion, about their hair to other guys. You know, they think that it's too feminine to talk about that stuff, but it's not true. You can talk about that stuff with your friends. Maybe you want to try something different, like you want to get a new, I don't know, color in your hair or a different hairstyle, but you don't want to ask your friends for their opinion. Why not? Ask them. I'm sure they would want to ask you the same questions if they knew that that was fine. You know, when it comes to haircuts, hairstyles, fashion options, step out of your comfort zone. Try something new with your hair or with your clothes. You know, life is too short to be boring, guys. And thank you, Roman, for sponsoring today's video. Don't forget to check out their website below. It's linked in the description. It's going to give you guys the confidence that you need when it matters the most. Check out my Instagram. It's @AlexCosta. I got a lot of cool things happening there. And of course, if you learned something new from today's video, then subscribe. Become part of the YouTube family. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon. Peace.